Goku uses his final attack against Hirudegarn, the Dragon Fist, but it doesn't work. The Phantom Majin doesn't fall to this. Once more, he turns into a plume of smoke. They underestimated him. He's adapting. Goku's dumbfounded, having just wasted his energy in an already unmaintainable form. That final attack did nothing. Vegeta could sense this too. Kakarot's tapped out. He can't charge any more energy. Gohan tries to step in too, even though he knows it's a losing battle, but then Goku shouts out to Tapion, asking him to seal the Majin into him. That's insane, but Goku says they have no other choice. Things are looking bad, and this is all he could think of on a whim. He thinks he'll be able to contain this monster. This is really their only option. Tapion hesitantly seals the beast away, watching with bated breath as Goku absorbs it. Gohan and Goten are dumbstruck. What has their father done? Tapion's worried expression turns into a more fearful one. At first, it seems like Goku can't contain him, but then energy expels out of him. He morphs into something else briefly. A twisted deviation of Goku stands there, mutating and shifting, growing in size. A tail and wings burst from his back. The hardened shell rips through his gi, and it seems like Hirudegarn is going to be unleashed once more. Just as the horror of Tapion's error settles in, Goku falls unconscious. The fighters around are in shock. Today we begin this brand new story. What if Goku was Hirudegarn's vessel? Huge thanks to Barakaphobic, who's one of the people who makes arts for many of my videos, as well as being the one to come up with this idea, and providing a lot of art for this video too, so this story was a collaborative effort between us. Let's begin. The power can be felt amongst the depths of the universe. King Kai shudders with fear. A Galactic Patrol prisoner feels immense magical and mortal power. He chuckles to himself. Whis, awaiting for Beerus to awaken, can sense this ominous presence. Oracle Fish told Beerus to expect arrival, but did he meet a monster? Though Whis isn't worried. Beerus will deal with this when he wakes up, and surely this power isn't enough to surpass him anyways. It's just concerning that it feels so evil. Tapion sticks around on Earth, needing to see how this plays out. Goku's only unconscious for a little bit, and he seems completely uninjured. All the injuries he took in the battle were completely healed. He felt very rejuvenated, but he also feels that weird presence within him. Warily, Goku attempts to power up, wanting to see if he could actually use this as power, because he could tell something's different now. He might not be able to fight like normal. He remembers what it felt like to have the beast sealed in him. He could feel his body twisting, a grueling sensation that Tapion is all too familiar with. But for Goku, it's different. Tapion's body unleashed Hirudegarn fully, separate from Tapion, and he only held half of the monster anyways. Goku's body instead holds all of Hirudegarn, and his body is violently merging with the demon. His body attempts to prevent the power from escaping, but it isn't completely successful. He could feel instantly that his Super Saiyan form is different. His ki is running rampant, completely uncontrolled. Vegeta, used to the pure-hearted Kakarot, senses an unshakable evil energy within this form of Goku. The small amount of evil that appears within a normal Super Saiyan transformation is nothing in comparison to what he's sensing now. Goku's Super Saiyan form looks mostly normal, but there are some key differences. He grows a bit of an exoskeleton, and a small tail. Not a monkey tail, a tail like Hirudegarn's. His normal stature of 5'9" now becomes more like 6'10". He's noticeably taller, but his musculature is pretty similar. This was a mistake. Goku tries to contain the power, but he can feel himself losing control. He's at least somewhat lucid right now, but Hirudegarn starts running rampant, attempting to take control of the body. Goku's allies try and restrain him, but it doesn't really work. First, Gohan tries to grab onto him, but Goku turns into a plume of smoke. This catches everyone by surprise. He has the same powers now, but Goku's not the one using them. However, Goku still has some sort of control over himself. Goku tries to prevent himself from dodging, and unwillingly, he ends up going Super Saiyan 2. His body warps even more, growing taller. His stature is now nearly 9 feet tall. He hunches, blades protrude from his back, a horrific-looking form, a halfway form between the Saiyan and the Phantom Majin. Now his friends can't hold back. Gohan could hardly stand up to the power of Goku's Super Saiyan 1 form already, and now that Goku's transformed even further, nearly all of Earth's heroes are needed to knock him out as a Super Saiyan 2. This is enough to knock Goku unconscious and restrain him. It seems that Goku's anger and by extension his power have been tied directly to Hirudegarn's seal. It also seems that whatever Goku gains in power, Hirudegarn gains many times over. Two things are very apparent right now. One, Goku needs to stop training, and two, everyone else needs to step their training up. Goku fears what his Super Saiyan 3 form will look like. He doesn't even want to test that out, especially with how much trouble Super Saiyan 2 gave everyone. Okay, so the next natural conclusion is that maybe Shenron could help them out. What if they wish Hirudegarn into a separate seal, out of Goku? Tapion even offers to be a seal again, but they're hesitant because it'll just have the same effect on him if anything. They don't know what a full, unleashed Hirudegarn would be like inside of Tapion. But Shenron confirms what they feared most. He spouts what is essentially his catchphrase by now. That wish is beyond my power. He can't move Hirudegarn away, and they're pretty much stuck like this. They even had Dende try to upgrade Shenron beforehand, but even so, that amounted to nothing. But they have Shenron right in front of them, and they don't want to waste the wish, so Piccolo steps in. He's lagging behind Vegeta and Gohan, and he needs some sort of way to catch up, especially since they all need to get stronger than Goku. On a whim, he asks for something pretty interesting. He wants his power unlocked just like Gohan's. Now he knows that Guru was able to unlock the potentials of Gohan and Krillin on Namek, and of course, Gohan just got his potential awakened by Elder Kai, so Piccolo wonders if this would work with Shenron. It does end up working. Piccolo's potential is unlocked similar to Gohan's ultimate form. This way, they don't waste a wish, and they save a trip to the sacred world of Kai, because if this didn't work, Piccolo was going to go there. They need some sort of way to catch up. Vegeta's not going to rely on that though. Gohan, Piccolo, and Vegeta begin intense training, using the time chamber periodically and mostly the gravity room, with Gohan and Vegeta even learning the fusion dance just in case. They don't have Potara earrings and they're not even sure if they're permanent or not, but the fusion dance, they know it's temporary. Piccolo already knows the fusion dance too, so they have a few potential fusions here just in case. Gohan still has an issue though because he is getting busier. He still has his personal life and it's not like he's going to be completely dedicated to training. Though he is keeping up with it, especially because of the dire circumstances. But these three aren't the only ones that are going to be training hard. Tapion's still sticking around, and feeling guilty about his role in Goku's predicament, he's getting stronger, and he trains both Goten and Trunks as well. He's already taken a liking to Trunks before, and since Trunks looks up to Tapion, it's only natural the two of them would train together. Of course, Vegeta would want to train Trunks too, and I'm sure Gohan and Piccolo would want to do the same for Goten, so pretty much everyone's training with each other, but since Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo are kind of in a league of their own, Goten and Trunks mostly stick with Tapion for now. In a short span, both hybrids are able to unlock Super Saiyan 2 and become proficient in sword fighting. They're not as serious as the previous generation, but they're growing nearly exponentially. Maybe not on the level of Gohan, but far more quickly than an average Saiyan would. Goku tries to at least train in base, but he also knows this is risky because it'll just make Hirudegarn even stronger. In base, Goku has complete control. There's no worry about Hirudegarn taking over. And he doesn't want that to happen again. When Hirudegarn bursts from his body, it rips Goku's body apart, and Goku has to heal after the fact. Though, that's not really an issue, because it looks like Goku has some sort of passive healing now. But still, it is a very terrifying sensation, and at some point, Goku just kind of stops training. He fears the thing that he once loved. He doesn't want to risk it anymore. At least, not until everyone else is a lot stronger than him. Eventually, we get to the events of Dragon Ball Daima. Goku has slowly been overtaken in power, but this is only in terms of his old ceiling. Nobody is close to the power that they got a glimpse of when Goku first took on Hirudegarn. And even though Goku has stopped training physically, only working on his technique now, he hasn't grown weaker at all. Daima starts mostly the same, with Neva able to gather the Dragon Balls and even activate Shenron here, with the same wish being made to turn everybody into kids. Instead of Goku going to the Demon Realm first, Vegeta's the one to go along with Glorio. And Tapion tags along with him too. I don't have art of a mini Tapion, so I'll just use Minosha in his place. I guess that's similar enough. And same for mini Gohan, we'll just use Kid Gohan as the art for that. When the second group goes to the Demon Realm, Gohan and Piccolo go along, with Goku stowing away but promising not to fight. And thanks to everyone's training, even with their bodies being shrunk, they're more than strong enough to handle anything in the Demon Realm. Honestly, for Gohan and Piccolo, I don't even know how much it would affect them because the wish is reversing their age, not their potential. It might still tap into that same power, or at least a good chunk of it. They finally make it to the first Demon World, and Goku's promise is broken. He's needed to fight Goma. Even with the power of Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Ultimate Piccolo, Tapion, Ku, Do, Glorio, and Tamagami 1, Goma is far too strong with the third eye. At best, they're only able to stalemate him. And Vegeta's power is fleeting too. Super Saiyan 3 is by no means perfect, especially for Vegeta who has had less practice with it. Vegeta is knocked away by Goma, taken out of the battle, and Goku realizes he has no choice but to step in. He's forced into Super Saiyan, and he is able to hold off Goma for a little bit like this, but now everybody realizes that they have two threats to face. Goma's surprised too. He can't hurt Goku. Every time he tries to, Goku just dodges or heals. Goku holds back as much as he can, trying to maintain Super Saiyan. He gets some control, but he could feel Hirudegarn's presence taking over. Glorio's also left the battle, and he's been able to summon Porunga, asking for everyone to be restored to normal. And just as he does this, another fighter re-enters the battle, Vegeta, declaring that he has one more bonus, rocketing onto the battlefield with Super Saiyan 4 already activated, thanks to some help from Neva. He takes on Goma, and with a combined effort, they're able to not only defeat him, but also remove the third eye from his head. And now the bigger issue is Goku, because he's back to his normal size. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta alongside Ultimate Gohan and Piccolo are more than enough though, thanks to all of their training, as well as the new awakened power from Vegeta, and the fact that Goku's pretty much stayed at the same level. This all helps them win against him here. and Goku was able to prevent himself from going Super Saiyan 2, so that helps as well. Now everyone returns to Earth. Vegeta wants to figure out more about the power of Super Saiyan 4, and it looks like he could still access it. He's been training rigorously, and this power was locked away within him. Neva just helped him access it. Had Vegeta continued his training even without Neva, he would have gotten this power. And it really bums Goku out because that's something that he's never going to get to experience. Had he kept training and got Super Saiyan 4, they don't even want to imagine what that power would look like with Hirudegarn. But as more time goes on, things seem to be somewhat returning to normal. Goku, not really having had any chance to fight since Goma, has somewhat begun to cope with his itch for battle, but seeing everyone else grow to such new heights is a real bummer for him. His whole life has been dedicated to fighting. It's one of the things he loves most. He always wants to improve himself. And for these past few years, he just sat idly by, unable to do anything. It's a terrible situation for Goku. He could help train others, at least providing pointers on the sidelines, and I feel like he'd even step in with Goten and Trunks' training. Now, as I mentioned, Goku is still at least improving his technique, so it's not like he's completely devoid of training, but he's devoid of any strength training. Though, Goku might have an opportunity soon to cut loose, because Beerus awakens from his nap. Whis tells him about that weird power that he sensed a few years back. It turns out the power was actually emanating from a Saiyan, and that's what Beerus had a dream about, a Super Saiyan god. Could it have been that? Whis somewhat doubts it. Even though the power did seem pretty extreme and something that he could sense from far away, it definitely did not seem godly. Well, Beerus still wants to check it out anyways, and he heads right for Earth, not needing a stop on King Kai's planet because Goku's not training there. One person they weren't able to get training during this time is Majin Buu. Vegeta has also remained pretty wary of him, and he's mostly just been lazing around with Mr. Satan. He's present at Bulma's birthday party, and this is where Beerus shows up. Things with the party start pretty normal, up until the pudding incident because of Majin Buu being there. Beerus easily dispatches him. Gohan and Piccolo are actually somewhat notable to Beerus with their ultimate forms, but they fall just as easily. Goku sees the battle starting and has to physically remove himself, trying to stay distracted. No matter how tantalizing it is, he can't get involved. Like, look at what's going on. A god's here fighting everybody. This is like Goku's dream. Actually, it's Beerus' dream, but figuratively, this is the type of thing that Goku would love. Beerus then moves on to Vegeta, and he's very hesitant to fight at first, but realizing that he's pretty much the last hope here, he powers up to his maximum, showcasing Super Saiyan 4 once more. This is a surprise to Beerus. He's even more impressive than that hybrid and that Namekian. Beerus fights Vegeta for a bit, eventually preparing a large attack ready to destroy Earth. But Goku can't stand idly by any longer. He jumps back out, screaming for Beerus to wait. In his arms are the Dragon Balls. He knows Beerus is looking for something, so why don't they just wish for it? Vegeta breathes a sigh of relief as Beerus retracts his attack. Fine then, he'll go for this. Shenron is summoned and the ritual is laid out, and it's pretty quickly decided that Vegeta will be the one to get the Super Saiyan God form. So they attempt to do the ritual. They only have Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. They say they don't have enough for the ritual. Whis says they can't count. Goku's right there. But then Videl butts in, revealing that she's pregnant. She was present for the whole Hirudegarn thing after all, and doesn't want Goku to step up in this. Kind of an unfortunate way to reveal her pregnancy, but it's for the sake of the entire planet. She steps into the ritual, and it still fails. Once again, the attention is back on Goku. Beerus is angered. Why is Goku blocking the ritual? He wants a Super Saiyan God right now. Whis chuckles as he looks into his staff, seeing why. Rather than yelling at Whis to tell him what was happening, Beerus stares daggers at Goku, preparing to destroy him on the spot if he doesn't explain. But he kinda knows the reason. Whis sensed this a while ago. This is the Saiyan that he told him about. He's been holding back this entire time, and Beerus needs to make him stop holding back. Everyone's frozen, and Goku, foregoing words, begins to power up into Super Saiyan. Beerus' palm is smacked away by the tail that sprouts from Goku's back, as Beerus looks stunned, seemingly getting a glimpse of a forgotten power. He yells for the Saiyan to come at him. If he's the reason the ritual failed, then maybe it just needs a sacrifice. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's gonna happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me you want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.